Hello Gemini, it's Marina from the Butterfly Effect, and this is your reading for December 2020. It's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Obviously it can be a completely switched reading, or it can switch its way through the reading, so you'll know who you are, you'll know your story, fit it there. Now Gemini, every card came out in reverse. The solar plexus chakra being in reverse here, there is actually obviously a definition of that. We know what the solar plexus is, we know what it means when it's in reverse. And I've also got the full spectrum card in reverse, and this is literally all of your chakras in reverse. These two cards came out in reverse, but I don't have a reverse meaning for them, so I'm not going to read them that way. But it's to give you an indication that everything feels a little bit off kilter here. First up is the Wasp Spirit combined with the Fox Spirit, and this is your energy for December 2020. With the Wasp Spirit, this is hanging on to anger, jealousy, resentment because you got stung. But this is usually something that's happened a while ago, and this is something you're hanging on to. You have the ability to remove the sting, but you're hanging on to it. And it can even ask, this is something where you've stung yourself in some way. And it's usually when we compare ourselves to other people, for example, and feel that we don't measure up in some way. The Fox Spirit being in reverse, thinking your feet, this is being tricky. I think this is all of your energy. It can obviously be like, you're the Wasp Spirit and the person you're dealing with was the Fox, so bear that in mind, but I'm not going to read it that way. When Fox is in reverse, this is camouflaging yourself to avoid intimacy. It's been too clever for your own good. It's been dishonest with yourself and others, and it's ultimately something that has brought you basically just isolation. And knocked your confidence. So there's been an experience that's knocked your confidence, but I almost felt when I first pulled the cards out that, yeah, you stung yourself because of, however you've handled the situation here. You've been too smart for your own good. And the lyrics I got on Foxy was from Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah. I'm going to put it in the box below. Listen to it. It's terrific. All I've learned from love was how to shoot at someone who outdrew you. Leonard Cohen. So you try to be too smart, and it's come from a place of lack of confidence with the solar plexus being in reverse here. This is insecurity based, competitiveness. Again, on this I got Freak Out, another song. I'll put that below too. This is not feeling independent. This is a lack of personal power, a lack of confidence, not making decisions or struggling to make decisions. You're struggling to express yourself, bringing your ideas into reality. It's asking you where you're putting your energy. When this is in reverse, I mean, obviously they all are here, but that has a slightly different meaning. It's I mean, you might have stomach problems, that you might have, like, it usually affects like the spleen, the gut, the pancreas, the liver. So if you're getting a lot of tummy issues, and it's literally like 2 finger widths below your belly button is where your solar plexus will be, that can suggest that this is an area that's out of balance and needs attention. I mean, there is a great deal you can do, obviously, through Reiki and meditation, but ultimately you have to take external action as well to build back your confidence, because you've taken a knock here. But I honestly feel that it feels self-inflicted, especially with those lyrics I got through. It doesn't have to be. I did also get Easy Lover from Phil Collins. She'll get a hold of you and you'll regret it, something like that. I'll try and put that one below as well, or you can just look them up yourself. If this is your reading, you might want to listen to them, but the best one is Hallelujah, obviously. Full spectrum being in reverse here, so this is all of the chakras being aligned, and earth here. But when this, I mean, I'm not reading it in reverse, but this is telling you that you have to go beyond judging what's good and bad. You might be coming from a very judgmental place, or it's actually you're struggling to sort of like merge the duality of the situation. It might be easier for you to compartmentalize the situation and deem this person did this, so they're that, and this person did this, so they're that, so that's fine, and I'm here and that's good. because it's easier for us to, you know, rationalize. But it's almost like the stories that you've told yourself up until this point are now limiting your perspective, because you're not coming through as in a very particularly happy place. I am quite pleased to see the Witch at the end of the world at the very base, because this is like an important ending is coming up here. I think you got that in your weekly reading. It is also, I've seen that as a card of jealousy. I got jealousy in one, but your reading was really good from what I remember. But there was something ending, a relationship, and there was moving into another one. Now this did come out in reverse. This is autumn is my last chance. So this feels like there's hope fading fast here. This can be waiting for others, and it's a situation where you really can't afford to wait for others to, you know, sustain you, to give you your life force, to give you love, because it just might not come, and you ultimately are going to be left waiting and feeling pretty cold. So this is telling you to eat the apple to sustain yourself, because this is a kind of lost and lonely energy. But hopefully, Gemini, that's what's coming to an end with the Witch at the end of the world here. And this is usually a major end when the Witch comes up here. Something's times come up. There's no more delaying in a situation. The mantra that you need to adopt with this one, which I've found useful on this card, is all is well, all is well, all is well. It might just see you through the month, but I would certainly recommend you do some work on your chakras here. And if it has been, you know, that you have created a story around a situation that you've been through that is, you know, making the situation more bearable, it's not cutting the mustard, Gemini, because you're coming up to reverse here for, you know, for it to make sense. So if there is a stinger and it is in you and it is about resentment or anger or jealousy, these are issues you need to work on, because you ultimately have the power to remove that. And when you do that, you'll probably find that your solar plexus will, you know, resolve itself. But yeah, listen to the Leonard Cohen song. So let me see, Gemini for December 2020, what's coming in for Gemini? Oofty. Oh God almighty. The devil. The devil can mean so many things. It's obviously any sort of toxicity in your life. It can be just overthinking, it can be jealousy, it can be resentment, it can be overeating or over drinking or drugs or sex. It can be so many things. But with it being in reverse, this is something that is hopefully coming to an end, and you're going to be able to overcome it. I mean, the devil, when he appears, he's still there. Oh gosh, no, I'm not taking it. Hold on. I want to pop her. I'm getting control and gluttony. So, let me just see. It is to do with something in the past here, but it may be very well something that you are ultimately going to overcome here, Gemini, with the Witch being at the end of the world. Something needs to come to an end here, and if you know what that is, it's anger. Knight of Swords in reverse is anger, vengeance. I think, honestly, I mean, if it's not directed at someone else, it's directed at yourself, and it's just as unhealthy. Gemini, that's coming in. Can represent a person you're dealing with. It doesn't need to be you. That's not how I'm reading it. You might be trying to remove yourself from a Capricorn, an Aquarius, Libra, or a Gemini. Oopsie. Page of Wands in reverse. This is my bad news card, or it's a lack of communication. It's miscommunication. This one. Star in reverse. So it could be in relation to a Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This can be a mother of your children. This can be a gold digger. This can be someone who's unstable. This can be your own energy. But the star being in reverse is, these are two big issues here. The star being in reverse means that we're not healing, we're not getting better. It can be a card of lost hope. It's the card of not knowing where to go. It's being misdirected. It's not feeling that you're guided strongly in any particular direction. And if anything, you've got your back turned to it here. You could be dealing with a child in the Page of Wands, star sign child, and that would be someone who's, you know, it can be, obviously it's an immature child. It can be a child that's struggling at school. It's, you know, again, pretty fiery. Show me the devil in reverse for Gemini for December 2020. Why is the devil in reverse? The Tower. Tower, it can be a card about business, law and order, but it's also a card of isolation, aloofness. Give another one for Tower on the devil. There's the fox again. You've already got the fox, and this is the fox. I honestly think someone's like shot themselves in the foot here by really toxic behaviour. I mean, if you've tried to sting someone else, it is completely backfired, and you're the one that's coming off worst out of it, and that's knocked your confidence. But you know, you shouldn't be trying to be tricky with the fox. You know, you're not supposed to be cunning and crafty. I don't know specifically what it relates to, but trying to avoid the key word. Right, so I don't read these in reversal, but this tree is about health. This would be mental health with the swords, but it's also health in relation to flying off the handle, basically. Uncontrollable anger and resentment. This can be related specifically to children, because that's now the storks, and the storks can be a child in your family. But this can be maybe trying to move away from your family environment, move away from, you know, a wife or a mother, or vice versa. It can be a card of relocation. This is mother energy, mother and child energy here. So it's almost like, because it can be, obviously the Tower is isolation. It is loneliness as well. And I have got, please don't lose hope. And this is a card of feeling lost and lonely. It's coming to an end here. But this is something that's going on behind closed doors. Because the Tower is, you know, built for protection. Nobody knows what goes in the Tower. It has quite a high vantage point, which is why it's considered sometimes, you know, government or the rule of law, or big business. But there's sneaky business here, basically, whatever it is. Someone may be trying to free themselves from it, you know, even it could even be an abusive environment. And the Page of Wands reversed. Page of Wands reversed for Gemini. Okay, this feels like a loss of liberty. So if this is a child, the Page of Wands, this is with the garden here. This is about meetings and gatherings and group settings. It's also about, you know, publicity, the public in general, exposure, and it's to do with the mice. The mice can be a theft. It can just be a loss, but it's something that gnaws away at you. It can be, it's something quite small, but it can sort of grow over time, you know. Once they get into your house and you don't take action on them, you know, they're bitten through all the wires, and they've, you know, peed and pooed everywhere, and they've rotten the floorboards and the food. So this is an element of there's distrust here, there's a dis-ease, there's decay, infestation, and it may just be the fact that you're not able to express yourself positively with the Page of Wands, or as I say, it could specifically be a child, and it feels like a loss of liberty. This might be a child that you're you know, you're put on the naughty step. What do they call it? you know, it might be like a wild child that you're dealing with here, and it's causing a lot of issues in the home environment. Mother here, oh crikey, there's daddy. That's probably your energy. That's weird. Judgment. So I've got both the King of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse here. It almost feels like you don't know how to fix something. And someone just kind of wants to go out and party, and the Star in reverse. Oopsie. The Star in reverse. Fucking hell. The snake. Oh my god. This is betrayal. This is vile. It's sleazy. It's pointing specifically to this Page of Wands. This can be like this. If this doesn't represent a child, it is communication, and it's like sleazy communication. It's messaging behind someone's back here. It's been really, really sneaky. It's a card of infidelity. It can represent the other woman sometimes, the snake, but again, it is jealousy, it's selfishness, it's showiness, it's pride. And it's almost like, I don't know, there's something here that feels it can't be fixed. There's a big fat cross on it. This is a life lesson. This is about burdens and trials, and it can't even be religion. This is a bit filthy, that bit. So I've got the devil and I've got the snake. So there might be an affair here. I'm not seeing anything like, I'm not taking enough cards to determine whether it's any sort of third party situation. All I'm saying is that this is a very unhealthy environment and situation. It's not somebody's confidence. It's almost like one is trying to undo the other, if this is both energies, or as I say, someone's just shot themselves in the foot here by trying to be really fly behind someone's back, possibly cheated on them. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. Crikey, I think that's enough. Gemini, let's just take you some advice here. I do hope these messages are at least useful, if not pleasant to listen to. Gemini's advice. Gemini's advice. Move beyond ancestral patterns. And shield, maiden, make plans and focus. This is like the karma stops with you here. This is when the elder comes up. This is possibly behaviors that are programmed into your DNA. If you look back at your parents, your grandparents, your ancestors, it will be like there'll be similar scenarios that have popped up. And it is ultimately your choice whether you, take the rap for it and try and change things so that your life can be a little bit more pleasant, because you're just completely playing out the program here. Elders. I mean, it is a tough card. And it's usually karma that our ancestors have avoided. They couldn't handle it. So now it's fallen on your shoulders. Move beyond limitations that have been set for you by your family members, past and present. This is the family. This is trying to move beyond any sort of dominance, envy. There's envy even in the bear card here. A lot of jealousy here. Know that the energy of your spirit is more powerful than genetics and behavioural patterns. The elder is the ancestor who comes with a message of healing change. He is an embodied soul, yet he has had journeys that go beyond the physical. Therefore, he represents a reclamation of power. When he appears, it's an acknowledgement that you have the capacity to move beyond the limitations that have been placed upon you. If you have had expectations of success, failure, sadness, or even sickness placed upon you by your family, it's important to know that you are here to create your own story. This card represents personal healing that will bring healing to your family lineage, past, present, and future. Know that you get to decide what you take on, and also know that your ancestors are rooting for you and are sorry for any setbacks they have created for you. So Gemini, this is the hand that you've been dealt in this lifetime, and it's literally down to you whether you take the bull by the horns and you completely change your set of circumstances. And with the witch at the end of the world, I actually see her, as much as she's a tough energy to deal with, she actually, I feel that she's got your back. She's, in my opinion, probably the most positive thing on this deck. These are massive changes internally and externally, and it's up to you to make the changes. Okay, Gemini, that's your reading. Look after yourself. I'll talk to you soon.